Welcome to M Squared. I'm Dan Ryan with Sten Allen Community Group. I'm joined today with Anthony Raptulo. What's up? PR Seizure, Mike Bloomfield, technically.
What's up?
And his special guest, Restauranteur and brand ambassador, Carmine Gualtieri. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We conceived this collaboration to talk about brand building in a local marketplace. You do it better than most. It's incredible what you've built. So before we get into your story, we'd like to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world, what's happening, a little bit of everything in between, and dig in.
And dig in.
What do you got?
I'm waiting for my cue.
And now, for today's Raps Rant.
You can't do it without my cue.
Raps Rant. Raps Rant.
Today's Raps Rant is simple, and this is not something I'm annoyed about. Typically, I say stuff I'm pissed about, but this is something I actually enjoy, and I want to get your take on Shark Week. All things Shark Week. So it's huge. It's promoted everywhere. Mountain Dew has its own flavor. You see restaurants coming out with specials. You see beer brands, vodka, anything under the sun for this week always has something to do with Shark Week. We are all good at marketing. We're all good at branding. We all are confident that we're good at what we do. Just let's talk about what goes into Shark Week and how it is promoted and how it went from, the guy drowning underwater, like, was it 20 years ago? I think it started 20 years ago. Drowning underwater, no one cared. To now it is one of the most marketable and profitable things that outlet does.
They started advertising Shark Week like the week after Shark Week. The whole,
You think that's it? You think that's it? That's the secret to success?
But I'm saying like it literally is all year they talk about Shark Week.
It's fear and fascination.
Oh,
all in
yeah.
one. And it's marketed incredibly well, where it's a one-time a year thing that it's a build-up to. And
So what's your take on Shark Week? And the point of bringing it up is to just say how one thing that's going on one channel that people probably respectfully don't ever watch unless it's Shark Week, right? It's able to embrace so many other brands, so many different demographics. It embraces so many different things and so many different cultures. It's just like a phenomenal thing. So I just wanted to see what your thoughts are on how that can parlay into just what we're doing here in a local market. Like how the Barbie effect, right? That's another one.
No, it's Barbenheimer.
Everything. Everything. What I'm saying, the Barbie effect, Shark Week, all these things are being done and being done well. So
It's the same reason we joined Lamalt. It's the fear of missing out. It's the
all
FOMO
FOMO?
kicks in. And,
It's
you
all
know, it's
FOMO?
like I'm going to miss the Barbenheimer. I need to be able to see Barbie and then go right to
I
Oppenheimer
don't
in
know
the same
about
sitting.
What is Oppenheimer about? Good, tell me.
Except
Nuclear bombs, right?
It's about Robert J. Oppenheimer, who invented the first atomic bomb, the neutrino.
I didn't know that.
I saw the movie last night, 9:30 at night. Awesome.
I heard it was awesome.
A very good movie. I'm seeing Barbie Sunday, so I'm seeing it backwards. But it's a great movie. But they're literally people sneaking
He's going
in.
with his daughters, just for
wait, didn't your wife already take your daughters?
No,
You're
she
going
went.
alone.
No, Nicole went
You're
by
going alone.
herself to make sure my 6-year-old could go. She said now it's approved, and she was taking her Sunday. I was like, I want to go. Who doesn't want to go see Margot Robbie? So I'm going to go see the Barbie movie. It's that fear of missing out, right? The Shark Week. You have 1 week to watch it, and it's gone. And that it's all celebrities.
But you know what was really smart is I saw the BBC the entire week leading up to Shark Week was just playing shark content.
Right.
And so when people would fall on it,
Amp it up.
all of a sudden people are going to BBC now and they're capitalizing on what is happening.
Even
the following
Prime
week.
was doing it. Amazon Prime had something that I was like, this is not right, but I watched it. Let's just talk about
Well,
Carmine.
he might have something going on for Shark Week.
We are, yeah.
Oh,
So, listen, I think that anybody in my business that knows anything about marketing takes advantage of things like Shark Week or Barbie or Oppenheimer. I mean, we're doing Barbie brunch, Barbie versus Brat. We're doing now Saturday night, which apparently I guess there's a show Bratz or cartoon. I think.
I don't know. Whatever you got.
And we're doing Shark Week specials, Shark Week cocktails. So I think that's kind of actually one of our
and it
strong
sells
points.
and it works.
It does
So
sell.
you adapt.
Yeah.
But just, what's one of the cocktails? I'm curious.
Oh, we have a cocktail with like a leaf that looks basically like an island.
Okay.
With like people on it, and they're getting eaten by like a plastic shark in a blue cocktail. So
who comes up with it?
that one of my bartenders.
You
I kind
capitalize
of let
on
them.
everything.
I let them. I like to let them have a little freedom and ideas, and I feel it's good to include them. They get excited.
Well, watching you on social, it's every week I'm seeing different themes and it's bringing people in because I'm seeing the pictures, seeing the videos. I got the FOMO. two little girls. I can't get out of the house anymore. But you see it. and
They
it's-
can't have those drinks.
You can't have those drinks.
have those drinks.
Well,
You
not
can
me.
make it without alcohol.
But and you're seeing, and you're always capitalizing. Seeing the bar. I saw the Barbie ads coming right through. Why not? Like that's what we're all doing. Even the
And it
whole
makes it fun too. I mean, I enjoy it. I like to see different things, and I also enjoy seeing like people's reaction and the excitement. It's like one of the things that I actually enjoy about the business.
people want it. Just the
Lots of
same.
people enjoy
It's
themselves.
the same way of the TikTok, right? Why do things go viral? Because once someone does it, everyone wants to be a part of it and jumping on that bandwagon. Yes, we're jumping on the bandwagon, but it's doing it for a reason. So why not?
Pop culture trends.
Yeah.
It's popular for a reason. It's because people want to be part of it, see it. And
However, the trends now were like that, right?
Yes,
when
they
we
are.
were,
Oh, yeah.
right? Barbie's big right now.
Gone
Oppenheimer
in a
in
couple
2
weeks.
weeks he'll be gone,
Yeah.
right? It's out of the
It's true.
movies.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Barbie broke records. It's
Yeah, but it broke
It was
records.
designed
But
that
it's
way,
still
though.
not
Like
going to be
super
forever.
saturated
That-
market.
You're not
We're-
going to be doing Barbie brunches
Yeah.
for the rest of the year.
We're we have meetings and we're like, all right, what movies come out in September? What's coming out in October? Because
Star Wars
know,
Ahsoka.
is it? When?
There's the TV show, August 26th, I think it is.
Okay.
No one does Star Wars night. Why not?
Because those really
We
aren't
do
the
Star
people
Wars night. We Hop
having
Shop,
fun at
we do.
bars.
Oh, now, see, it's very far,
See?
though.
I know.
Well, why don't we start that? Just list or say the name of the properties. Give us all the properties that you're a part of.
Okay, so District, Richmond Republic, Pizza Parlor, Fava, which just opened, Hop Shop, and Cypress. We just, Cypress opened in November. So, and also Wynwood we're involved with. So
Major properties all over the island.
we got one in Manhattan now, Wonderland, which is like a club.
I forgot about that one.
Where's that one?
It's on 20th between 5th and 6th.
Talk about the first one. The first one and what got you in this business and what got you.
The first property that I owned was, it was Play, which is now closed, but it's now obviously, I transitioned it into District.
Right.
But Play just came to me. I was in a different business. I was in the hospitality business, but I was in another business. And it just, the opportunity came to us. We took it. And I was there for I think 13 years. So
Long
pretty,
stand.
pretty long, yeah.
And how do you go from
And
1 to 9? How do you do that?
I'm
How do you
crazy.
scale?
I'm crazy. I didn't need it. I don't, I enjoy, again, I enjoy the business and watching a brand come to life and building a brand. I enjoy that, so, but if I didn't have a huge team and, again, my brothers and my partners, if we didn't have a strong team, we definitely couldn't handle all these different locations. It's not just me.
now we talk a lot about consistency with branding and building that brand. It's
my biggest thing.
Do you treat each individual brand as its own operation and business and marketing plan? A lot of times it's easy to replicate and almost turn yourself into a chain.
I think in some ways we keep the businesses separate, but in a marketing standpoint, it's all done pretty much in one unit, and we keep it pretty simple. Pretty consistent across the board. Obviously, we're not going to promote the Richmond Republic the way that we would Pizza Parlor. It's two different concepts, but if you look at it, they're all pretty close to each other, and the way they're branded and the way they're sold and the websites, everything, social media, we do it all in-house, one group of people.
As a restaurant group, you're
Yes.
doing it under that label?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So-
Movement Management is the name.
So talk about the yacht party that I missed. Where did it come from? How did it go? Was it a success? And where was it born from?
It came, again, after COVID. I hate to say COVID, but it's just, the reality. Life changed after COVID. We feel that the summers in Staten Island were always slow in the restaurant business, and it's just gotten worse.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of ways of how to get through the summer, how to keep our employees happy, and give something different to our customers because our restaurants are a little slower, the nightlife's slow, and one of those ways was the yacht party. I had done a yacht party years ago when I was like 20, 22, 23 years old. So I had an idea of how to do it, and that was one of the things that we came up with this summer to try to make it interesting, for our staff. We brought on guest bartenders and all the DJs that work for us, make it fun, but it went well. I think we did about maybe 300 people, 350
I'm
people.
annoyed I missed it, but I saw
It
all
was
the
fun.
reels and stuff
It
afterwards.
was
It
fun.
looked like a huge
It
success.
was fun. Yeah, we went around Manhattan, Brooklyn, Statue of Liberty, so it was nice. It was nice.
We missed the yacht party.
We're going to do another one.
The last yacht party I was on was last year, the National Lighthouse Museum's gala.
Okay.
I'm sure it wasn't the same.
Definitely
A little different. Maybe.
a little
Slightly.
different.
We're going to do another one, though. We're going to do a Halloween one. I think that's next.
Oh, you're gonna do a Halloween yacht
Maybe
party?
early October costume party on the yacht.
That'd be fun.
We all get VIP tickets. You
guys
said it.
are in.
That's
You're
it. We're in. We'll be broadcasting live from the yacht. I want
There
that.
we go.
I want it right here, live from the yacht.
We can do that.
We'll do it. We'll set it up. We'll figure it out. So talk about outside of the yacht party and all of the different brands. Talk about how you bring talent to Staten Island, right? Because you're a destination, right? You're island based, but you bring talent from other places. Like you have Louis DeVito coming. You've had guest DJs. So talk about how you incorporate that into your overall marketing and getting people to come and enjoy themselves.
Well, I'll say this: it's not easy to bring talent to Staten Island. It's just
Right.
not. For a lot of reasons, one of them, obviously, financially, it's not easy because a lot of these guys get a lot of, they
Right.
get big money. And let's be honest, how much money is somebody going to really pay to go out on Staten Island?
Right.
There's that certain number, I think, that people have in their minds.
They know what they want to spend.
And that's what they're going to spend, right? So we have to be careful when we book any kind of talent to make sure that, for one, it's not going to be a bust because it's just too expensive and we can't charge more than that certain amount of money. We have a lot of different ways of bringing in talent. Now we've developed a lot of contacts and, just from booking people, whether it was in Manhattan or now in Staten Island for so many years, we get access to a lot of different, rappers, hip hop, house music DJs, everything. So we kind of weed through it, see, who do we think would work, when it would work, where it would work, and then we try to place them in. But we're always thinking of new people and new acts to bring in.
I go Richmond Public a lot.
Okay.
And the thing I love about Richmond Public is you go order out, you have the bar, you're doing the nightlife. We've had corporate events there with the
And it
executive
works.
club.
Yeah, it works.
It works. It's so versatile. You could do so many different things there.
Bloody
A
Marys.
nice lunch place.
Bloodies are great.
Oh yeah. I love
have a Bloody Mary buffet.
the chicken ranch bacon salad. Like when I'm trying to be healthy.
Chicken, bacon, avocado.
Yes, that one.
Just
I'm
because
trying
it
to
has
be
avocado
healthy.
doesn't mean it's healthy.
It
Sounds healthy.
It sounds healthy.
Well,
It's
not
really
really.
good. But but it's very versatile. And then it's all your properties versatile. We went to the SIEDC, the Cypress. You have that back little room, like almost like the speakeasy.
Yeah.
Gorgeous in there. And again, versatile, right? You can have dinner, have a band in there, or do a corporate event.
No, we try to. That's we plan that out. We try to make them versatile because it's just different ways to make money. Honestly, you have to have different revenue streams.
Right? You can't be the club every night of the week.
No, and you can't just be a family restaurant. Unfortunately, I mean, in some ways you can, but it's tough when you have a big space. Like Richmond Republic is 7,000 square feet, so
Yeah.
But
we
big.
have to
Yeah.
offset it a little bit.
Do you have a favorite and why? Which one means the most?
that's like asking what's your favorite child.
It is, but all of us have it. Well, I only have one kid, so I'm easy. But you guys have it.
The question is which one gives me the least amount of
right.
headaches.
There you go.
No, I mean District is when it was obviously was Play. So for me, that location.
That was the founding. That was the foundation.
Yeah, I mean it's I feel like I mean my daughter's 14. I had her christening there. So
That's crazy.
it's like
Yeah.
I've seen my brothers grow up there. They work there as little kids. Now they're partners in the business. So it's that place to me. It hits home.
You rebranded that during COVID, right?
Yeah.
Because
I didn't have to. A lot of people say, why? I saw a change in just the way like the younger generation was, especially with bands. I feel like they're going more towards, house music, festivals, big parties. And I felt like the bar scene on Staten Island was starting to change. The place was beat up. Like I said, I've been there, 13 years. So I felt like it needed a renovation, but I wasn't going to, it was a good business. The business was fine. So to close really didn't make sense until COVID. And then when we got shut down,
you had no choice.
you
might as well.
So I said, this is a perfect opportunity. And, I thought I'd be open in 2 months. I didn't realize, it was going to be 2
world was
years.
shut
there.
down.
Yeah. So,
Well, then I remember when you first opened that you had the huge outdoors.
yeah.
So that I remember seeing
the
that.
outdoor space is
It
phenomenal
helped.
back then.
And I'll tell you the truth. If I still say if I didn't renovate during COVID, I really don't think Play would have. I think it would have had a tough time through COVID because Play didn't sell any food. We were really just a nightlife bar, and really you couldn't do nightlife during COVID. So actually, it was like a blessing in disguise. Knock on wood that we did make that change because we were able to get families in and an older clientele, and we still do now to this day. So it definitely was a great decision.
The Silver Fox. Remember?
Still have a jacket
Where-
hanging.
What's the silver?
60 years old.
That's what it started as.
Oh,
I'm
that-
Annandale, born and raised, so that's
Yeah, I
it was
know.
the Silver Fox.
I probably would think, just don't remember
It
it.
was weird.
I used to try to get in when I was like 13. You know.
Yeah, so
I guess-
everybody did.
I didn't
Thing
try
is,
to
like, I'll
drink, I
just
just-
buy the place if they
Everybody-
won't let me in. But the one thing you do, and we talk about social media too, is so you're advertising, you know, in all these places, and you're doing District, Richmond Republic, and then you have the pizza parlor, and
Which no one thought I would be able to pull off.
you're pulling it off. And
I never thought Angelo would give it to you.
I never thought he would either.
The guy that owned it, Angelo and Mimo. Great
I had
guys.
one of my first dates there. I was like 12 years old.
Is it part of Mimo's?
No.
They're separate. But even there, like you're the one on Facebook. Hey, $20 half trays, and again, thought outside the box and realized a way to push catering. And I order from there all the time, catering, New Year's Eve. It's all every time we order, people love it. And but you yourself are out on social media, on the groups, in all there, getting the message out. Like you own 9-10 restaurants, and you're still out there and letting people know, hey, $20 special on this today. And
But he's
and,
also answering the comments, which
Yes.
is something you do really well. So not a lot of.
I try.
There's only a few of you that own multiple properties on the island, and not everyone is as involved. So why do you feel it's so important? Obviously, we know it's important, but why do you take the time? You
What do you mean,
see
just to
that-
be more involved?
Just to be more involved on social and listen and answer questions. And you got someone who complained that the pizza came a little burnt. Like,
Yeah.
But you're there and you answer, and there is
I
value.
feel it's extremely, extremely important. You know, I really do, especially on Staten Island, because everything.
Reputation
you know,
management.
Everybody's
you
gonna
know,
talk.
Yeah, reputation and listen. I also I feel genuinely that I think that most people, although there are nasty comments and they say some silly things once in a while, I think most people at the end of the day, if you treat them like a human, explain to them the situation because things happen. It's not listen, there's problems.
Right.
Most of the time, if it's said the right way, situations are resolved. You know, I'm not going to be the owner that talks back to a customer or tells them we don't need your business. It's just not.
We've seen examples of that on
It's
social.
not my. It's just
Right.
not my style. You know, it's just.
Well, that always ends in disaster.
Right.
Yeah,
Never a good
I don't
thing.
and
feel.
that the restaurant closes down.
Right. Never a good
But
thing.
every business is going to make a mistake. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to have a client mad at me.
course.
You're going to make a mistake. You know, we're all going to do it. It's how you manage that mistake, fix it, is what really makes you a successful business owner.
And some people are not going to be happy. You know, they're never going to be
You're
happy.
never going to make 100% of people
But
happy.
even
It's just
knowing,
the nature of the game.
that you took the time to answer them still satisfies that person, even if they're still annoyed.
Not
they
really.
could-
Sometimes.
Most
I
times
can't
it
tell you-
satisfies the person.
It's going to satisfy the other people. You might not satisfy the person who left the original comment. You may never make them happy, but the other 150 people who came and saw you
Handle
try,
it.
I'm going to say he tried to do the right thing.
We always. I always try to do the right thing. Honestly, that's just the way I was raised, and that's the way I feel. We should run our businesses.
Like, who has the time to go on Facebook
Right, well,
to
that's
say
the other
my
thing.
pizza had a lot of flop, right? Like, or it's burnt.
But as
Call
a
the
business owner too, though, like as a business owner, it's hard for people to get out of their comfort zone, their lane. You own a restaurant. A lot of the restaurants on the island have people in the kitchen that they're the owners or they're behind the bar and they don't have time to do it or they can't.
Well-
they don't have the mental capacity or the
Juggle all of it.
ability to communicate it well, or they see it, they catch it on a bad day. I had a terrible day in the kitchen, and they come out and see something, and
That's it.
I think a lot of people, when they see somebody like me or some of the other guys that own multiple restaurants, they don't understand it because they have that like old school mentality of, oh, I own a pizzeria, I have to make the pizza, nobody else can make it as good as me.
Right.
And listen, I respect that because obviously that's kind of how we were raised. I mean, from the old school way, I would say, old school generation. But that's, to me, is just not the way to run businesses anymore. And, I sit back a little, I'm not going to I don't cook. I'm not a chef, but me managing this, overlooking the social media and the reviews, I get review updates constantly and I'm on top of it. And that's the one way that I can manage my businesses without, sitting in the kitchen 15 hours a day.
Talk about giving back. So one of the recurring themes that come up on the show all the time is people and brands and companies make their mark in Staten Island because they're always involved in nonprofits or they're always giving back or they're always, you do a ton of stuff. So talk about what you do, what organizations you're affiliated with, and what got you into doing those things. I know you've done a ton of stuff in Annandale. I know you do stuff all over the island, but talk about some of the organizations and why nonprofit and charity work is important to you.
honestly, charity work is one of the other things that I enjoy about the business, because you do get to see results, and you know, it's rewarding to me to see, especially when we do, like, let's say we have, you know, we've done like fundraisers for young cancer patients, you know, where I physically see the person and I'm able to do this event for him or her and hand them a check for, you know, whatever, $10,000, whatever it is, whatever we raised. And you have the family come over and shake your hand. Or when you had the 2 police officers that were shot and killed, you know, like maybe it was 8 years ago. And we were one of the only places to do no one wanted to touch the situation at that point. It was very touchy. And I was like the first one, like, no, we have to do something for these guys, you know. And their family came. They're not from Staten Island. I don't, you know, so that was really rewarding for me. And that whole, you know, again, so we honestly never say no to any charity. Everyone that calls or emails or asks me for a gift certificate, a donation, we say yes to everyone. So, you know, I also think it's really important to be, you know, just to help out your community. I mean, it's our, you know, it's where we live. It's where I'm raising my kids. I live here. I've been here since I'm a kid. So, and hopefully, I don't think I'm leaving anytime soon.
No,
We'll
Your
see.
current theme. And
You're
right
putting a
here-
box over here next
right
to me.
here. We don't ever say no. So all nonprofits, you're going to
Yeah.
be that's going to be the real.
Anytime Anthony calls, we, you know,
Oh,
he's the
yeah,
only
I
one
am-
that we give him a hard time.
I abuse him. I'm like, Carmine, here's what you got to do. You got to deliver 900 pizzas for me in 4 hours. What? Yeah, you could do it. Don't worry about it. He hung up the phone. He's like, yeah, we got it. Don't worry. So that's when we did the campaign with St. Joe's, where all the kids from St. Joseph by the Sea who got accepted
Oh, you mailed them
last year
pizzas,
and the year
right?
before. Not only did they get their acceptance letter, they all got a pizza with a scannable QR code and a welcome video that they delivered all over the island and into Brooklyn.
That's
now,
awesome.
when you're doing
But that was really the conversation.
His
And
idea,
he's like,
but it worked.
He's like, I'm like, you can do it.
are you getting
Half hour later, he goes, we can do it. Just go talk to my brother. We'll get it done. And they got it done on time. Perfect.
on the registration? Do you have like if they're lactose intolerant or anything?
No,
Or you're
listen,
just mailing
we're not-
everyone.
we're not-
Everyone's getting a pizza.
So we were able to link with him, and it was both pizza parlors, right?
It's north and south.
North and south.
And you had to deliver them too?
They
I
made
did,
them and
yeah, I
delivered
did.
them.
Well, not you know, but
They
you,
made-
you
but listen, they made
you
them and
you
delivered
made them
them.
deliver all
Anthony and I
900.
did.
Yes.
How do you plot that out?
Very strategically. His brother took
Well,
care of the
we
whole
did it,
thing.
yeah.
They got it all done. They got it all done on time. They even traveled over the bridge to get some kids who,
Oh, yeah,
who
few
were
in
accepted to
Brooklyn,
the school
yeah.
in Brooklyn. Seamless. But that takes a lot. And that was,
Of course, it was
so
a
that's
box
why,
truck of pizzas.
that's why when he says, when you call him, he gets it done. I called him, he got it done.
I think we should just do that again. I think this sounds fun.
We did it last year.
Give
Yeah, he
him
did it
less-
again.
give him less
He did it.
notice.
We're going to see this year what we do. This year we might go with Krispy Kreme.
Maybe
I'm
you
sorry.
should.
Really?
I don't know. They want something different.
Oh, they want
We'll
something
see.
different. All right.
No complaints. It's just now. we
Krispy
did it.
Kreme can't get it delivered. He can. You can sub it through.
That's the trick. Maybe we'll talk to.
I'm helping.
We'll
Just
talk
make
to
sure
Eddie
I
at
get-
Country Donuts. See what he
Logistics.
wants to do.
Uh-huh.
Listen, you got to do something fun.
Yeah,
It's got to stand out.
We talk about that guy all the time, and he's never been on the show.
He's elusive. He's like a shadow.
Do you guys talk about me too?
I talk about you all the
Really?
time. Not in a good way though.
All good. All good. I don't think I've ever heard any complaints about you, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, I grew up in Chicago. Moved
No
in-
one
moved-
complained in Chicago about you.
Yeah.
No,
My
but
fiance's from Chicago.
There you go.
Tell you met Dan Ryan today.
I will.
Then she'll go. She's gonna go. All right.
Oh, she probably heard. Dang, oh, dang on the street?
Oh yeah, down on the street.
We're about to meet.
Wow.
It's the Expressway.
That was
The
great.
Expressway, named after my grandfather out there. It's like one of the main roads
Oh,
in the
really?
city. Yeah.
Okay. I love Chicago. I've been there many times.
It's a good town.
Next time you go there, just say, "I know Dan Ryan." See what happens.
But
Good things.
Hop Shop, I mean, all the restaurants, it was always, I heard about them. I'd come out here. My wife and I met 20 years ago. And I'd hear from all her friends, like, as it was building up over the years, like different places. And then when I moved here, I actually found out that it's all from one mind, right? Like one mindset, one group. And it's fascinating because a lot of people really, people can't rebrand themselves individually into individual experiences and things like that in other boroughs, I don't think. I think it's unique to you, Staten Island. There's a couple different guys, like Julian has the different models of businesses and things like that. But I think what you're doing is really great. It's impressive.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Is Manhattan hard now that because you got most of your bases down and now just throwing one out there?
Honestly, it's not, because it's the same problems, but just a lot more money, obviously. But
But harder to get to. especially if you're
Oh, for,
running. If
I'm not physically there a lot. My partner's
there,
they're running. Yeah, I'm I'm only really a small involvement there, but we want to expand in Manhattan. I love New York. I'm a New Yorker. I'm not moving to Florida or Miami. I like it here. So for me, growing up in Brooklyn and Staten Island, this is my home and this is what I know. So
we got
maybe Jersey.
3 of us that definitely want to stay. You want to stay in Staten?
I'm never
Going to
anywhere.
Chicago.
I moved here, man. This is it.
I don't even want to go to Jersey. I'm happy.
You
Right
moved
here.
here for love.
I moved here for school.
Listen, everyone hates on Staten Island. Honestly, it's really not that bad.
It's not.
I think it's the
You
best.
know?
I think it's a great place.
I love Staten. Do I wish I could get the size house and backyard from Freehold here?
Of
Yes.
course.
Oh yes,
That's the only thing I don't like about it.
But I love it here.
I'm staying here forever.
Staten Island's been good to me.
Where else are you going to go? Raise kids, have friends. Like, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Well, I told you, when Carrie and I were living on 72nd Street.
In Brooklyn? Or?
No, in Manhattan.
Oh.
We're on 72nd and Columbus, so 750 square foot apartment. When you'd open up the oven, you'd hit the opposite wall, so you couldn't actually you just slide it.
No
you push it.
barbecue,
The
no
pizza
pool,
would
no
come
nothing.
out.
Nothing.
Put the pizza in the toaster. Like this. You slide it in there.
That's pretty much how it worked.
That I can never live in Manhattan. Never in my life.
I did it when I was at NYU. It was.
No, you
I
didn't.
think
We
I
went through
was-
this.
I-
Your parents drove you back and forth to NYU.
Every
You
day.
never took a bus or train once.
All that's true. But I had an apartment in the city.
And you still made them drive
Was
you
it an
back and
apartment
forth?
or was it a dorm?
It was a dorm. Listen.
Did he ever tell you that?
They did listen. They drove me because they enjoyed it. My mother never worked. Hold on. My mother never worked, and my father was retired. So the only thing they would do was on a Sunday night after I'd worked at Angelina's or whatever I worked at, they would.
You
get
worked
in.
at Angelina's?
I worked there. Yeah, I worked at Angelina's. I worked at
Where were you?
Campagna.
Waiter? Or?
I was a
Busboy.
waiter, and then I ran the circus. I ran Vinny's first circus, the backyard. I used to call it the circus, the tent. But I started with them in Annandale. I started with them when they were by you.
I valeted there when I was a kid.
But then, and
In
then your
Annandale.
company became the valet company, right?
Right, yeah.
That's it. I don't know how we didn't know each other when we were younger.
We probably did.
Yeah,
But his
I was
parents
there.
enjoyed driving him back and forth. to
My
NYU.
father wanted to get out of the house and get away from my mother, so he would take me to the back and forth to school. It was only 45 minutes, and then my mother started to come with him, and then that annoyed him. So now he was stuck in the car with me and my mother. So it was like it didn't work out that way. We'll bring it in. We'll bring it in a little bit because we're talking about a lot of different things. Talk about all the different brands, all the messages. What platforms are you using now? What are you seeing that's working? And then not everything's a hit, right? So what are you seeing that's working? What's not working? What do you think you need a little tweaking on?
Well, it's funny that you asked that because I feel that the whole social media is changing. It's completely changed from a couple of years ago. I actually feel in a way that a lot of the old school ways are coming back. Flyers,
Yeah.
printed banners, things that we said would
Billboards?
billboards.
Oh, I hate billboards. Go ahead.
I hate them too, but
I'll tell you later why
listen,
I hate them.
If you asked me 3 years ago if this was going to happen, I would have said no way. Those companies would be out of business, billboard companies
Right.
and sign company. But I do feel it's coming back. Now, I also think that things like this are, really the next wave. You have to have, video content, podcasts, social media, brand ambassadors and stuff like that. You need just posting pictures and flyers on social media it's over. It's done. It's too oversaturated. It doesn't work. Again, talk about like Hop Shop. When I remember when we first opened up Hop Shop or Pizza Paw, we would post a cool burger on Monday morning, and my brother would call me at night and be like, "Carm, what did you post on social media? We got 100 orders for the Mario and Luigi burger or whatever it is," and that's how viral things would go.
Right.
That's completely gone. That's not happening anymore.
Right.
Videos, video content. And honestly, Facebook is back.
Really? Okay, so you're
Yeah.
back. You're
Well,
back
I'm a
into
big
Facebook.
Facebook
Depends
I'm
on
a
your
Facebook
demographic.
guy.
Yeah. Well, I was just curious.
Right?
Yeah.
20, 25 and under, they're not on Facebook.
So are you on TikTok? Are you leveraging TikTok?
Just joined TikTok today.
Okay.
Me myself.
Well, what about the brands? Are the brands on?
The brands are. Yeah.
Okay, and are they doing well on TikTok? Are you
Yeah.
seeing that they're getting
Yeah.
better reach, more likes, a lot?
Yes, I think TikTok is great. Instagram is still great. It's just the way that you use it. You can't, again, if people are still posting those pictures and flyers, it's a waste of time.
You on X?
I'm not on Twitter. You mean? I actually am, but I don't go on it. I'm a big Elon Musk guy.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
yes.
But talk about destroying a brand.
Why?
Like
You think so?
you can't just change.
But everybody's talking about it.
Well, everyone's talking about. However, Facebook has the trademark. Meta has the trademark for X. So
That's interesting.
they have the trademark for X when it's related to entertainment and social media. So this could turn into a huge lawsuit, but they're going to see if they're going to play that. And don't forget,
Well, they're going to fight each other too.
Well,
Zuckerberg
well,
versus
they
Musk.
should just go. Microsoft has the trademark for X too, the Xbox.
That makes
So
sense.
and then I read an article today. They just took the handle from the guy who had X. There was a guy who's had the X handle for 18 years.
He just took it away.
And they he got an email from support. You're no longer at the X handle. We're moving you to X 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I think 8 7 6 5, and we'll move all your content. So just took the guy and if you read the terms,
They can do whatever they
they
want.
can do whatever they want.
So what does that mean? Don't piss off Elon Musk.
Yeah, so-
That's really all it comes down to.
But you can't just rebrand like that.
He can, he did.
Well, it's not going too well.
But we're talking about it. It's a
are.
topic of conversation.
All right, there you go. But I'm still not going.
Don't count him out.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
I don't count him out. It's kind of
He's a smart man.
So before we wrap it up, you have 9 properties. So tell people who are watching and listening where they can learn more about all the properties and where you want them to follow you on social. Because I think we have about 10 minutes left on the show. So you might be able to fit all of the properties in.
Where could you find him? Movementmanagement.com. Well, it's actually movementmgmt.com. We just launched it about maybe 2 months ago. But on there, we have all our locations, all the different events, and different specials and stuff that's going on. Or you could check out, us on social media, the websites. Obviously, this podcast, M2 Podcast.
no.
Staten Island
I'm
Live.
pointing out, guys. You're naming things. We're going to be putting the titles
we're
right
gonna put
here.
the titles right there.
We're going to work our way
Okay.
down.
So yeah, on all the different locations, social media, but the main, or you could actually check out Movement Management social media, which is now where we're trying to brand everything.
So that's going to be the hub.
That's the hub.
So we want everybody to go there. Follow them at Movement Management.
That's
Yeah,
Alphabet.
that's the new.
Support
that's, I mean, we've always had that. That's been just a corporate name of the business, but we just kind of launched it as its own business now. So we're actually like the Yacht Party
Right.
was a Movement Management production.
Nice.
So we're going to branch out and do. We actually did Paradise Island.
Okay, there you go.
As movement management.
Okay.
So because again, I have my nightlife background as a promoter and
Right.
everything that I've done my whole life. So I still enjoy that, and that's what we're going to utilize movement management for. We might do something in Manhattan, or maybe a weekend in Miami or Atlantic City, and that'll be done through movement management.
We're included for free, all of that.
You guys are in.
We're in no matter what.
Do you still have the rental car company, or that?
No,
Oh, so no more Lamborghini we were going to get for free?
no,
You couldn't get them a couple of months
I
ago?
remember that. I forgot that.
that was a COVID thing.
That was a COVID
Yeah,
thing?
it worked. I mean, it worked out for maybe a year.
Right, and you had the car wash too at some point too, right?
Yeah,
Keeping,
didn't work.
Kept keeping local. No car wash is going to work there.
No, we tried.
You try it. That's it.
I,
You
We
try and see
tried.
what works.
Listen,
mobile car washes work.
Yeah.
If you just find a guy that actually, I've had so many
That
mobile
shows
car
up.
washes just shows up.
Right, they don't
I don't
show
know
up.
how many I tell them. Like, look, I want a car wash every week.
Top notch.
If it's gonna, nope.
He doesn't
They
show up.
failed me too.
Star Mobile.
I'll try them. Are they
He's
good?
good. I used him
because
today.
that's the
He's
whole
a
thing I
silent
want.
investor. Carmine will make sure.
Yeah, I said I want you to come every week. If it's gonna rain, text me and say, "Hey, Mike." And I said, "I don't want to be the one to initiate you. Just text me, Mike. Hey, we're gonna be around on Saturday. Can we get you this time? It's not gonna rain. Perfect. Yes, come." They all fail. Everyone that I've had, they just disappear. And I'm tipping well.
Right, you're
like
paying,
I'm
right.
paying them well. You pay a lot more. You just
Yeah, of course.
driving, tipping them well, and I'm like, what?
Your money's no good.
It's just no. It's just the problem is
Such a pathetic problem.
It's a Staten Island.
this is a first world Staten Island
First world
problem.
Staten Island problem.
Right.
Well, someone's got to wash his $175,000 car. I mean, he can't do it. Are you kidding me?
What did you one go for? What is it?
I'm not discussing that.
Wait, hold on. We're going to throw cars around? Got how many you got and what are they called? Go.
Tesla. I got the Model X Plaid, which is honestly it's my favorite. I love it. It's so fast. And I have the
That's why he likes Elon Musk.
and I actually have the Model Y too.
Do you?
Yeah.
I went electric.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I went a real car though.
Oh, here we go.
Audi e-tron GT.
Nice.
So
No,
do
the-
you
the-
let
the-
your car
the pla-
self-drive?
I actually did it for the first time yesterday.
Can you do
had
it in
to
New
be- I
York
swear.
now?
That had to be weird.
Well, it wasn't. Well, I only did it for maybe 5 minutes, and I was in traffic, so it wasn't really. But it was kind of cool, honestly.
In New York?
It really was
They
cool.
like the self-driving now in New York?
I think.
Well, if the car did it,
it did.
allows
Yeah,
you,
I
'cause-
don't. I didn't subscribe to the full self driving. Which
Okay.
I might do it and just
Oh, you
try
gotta
it.
pay for it? I'm
Yeah.
not a Tesla guy.
Yeah.
I have
You
no
can-
idea.
If he buys it, right, and then sells you the car, all the features go away. You have to repay and subscribe
Well, they
to
have to
them.
make money. That makes sense.
Well, now they're doing it for I think it's $299 a month, and you have the full self drive. You don't have to.
$2.99 or
No,
$299?
$299.
$300 a month to
for the
self drive.
Well, think of it this way.
chauffeur.
Well, it's
What's-
either that
how
or
much is-
I think
right. How much is a driver?
$15,000. I think it's $15,000.
What are you going to pay a guy to drive you
Upfront.
around? So you might as well pay
However,
that, yeah.
but it doesn't work if you're drunk because you have to
Then
be
what's
in.
the point of it?
You have to be in the driver's seat.
What are we doing?
You have to be in the driver's seat, so you can't.
I'll never get a
right
Tesla.
in order, like because technically you could be drunk, but you can't be in that driver's seat even if the car's self-driving.
My Yukon serves me well.
That was it. You
Love my
sleep
Yukon.
nice right in the back.
Don't matter. Yukon's perfect. I don't need a Tesla. I don't need a whatever the hell you got.
No, they make.
a
I
Voltron.
love like when it's raining on the Tesla. You literally tell the car to come to you. It comes picks you up at the front door of the mall.
I love it.
Yo, they're nice cars.
What do you got, Dan? I got the Yukon. What do you have?
I have a Kia.
There you go. See, and it gets us around.
I sold my car so we could buy a house in the Pocono.
Reeling it back in from Elon Musk and whatever Voltron car,
Ultron
car you got. Words of wisdom, tips, parting advice for anyone listening or watching that is either already a fully blown business or looking to create a business, or tips, tricks, anything. You've been in it for a long time.
I mean, it's the thing that you always hear: just keep working hard, don't give up. And honestly, every podcast I watch, someone says that,
Right.
but it's the truth, you know. And you know, like you said, the car wash, it didn't work out, but I didn't. I mean, you know, we took the loss and we moved on. You know,
If
Listen,
you
we-
don't try,
yeah, we've opened businesses that. I mean, we opened up the Pizza Parlor North, and we took the space next to it, which was a dry cleaner. We made it the Parlor Restaurant, and I had my reservations about it because I thought people would just assume it's a pizzeria, and that's kind of what happened. We kept the pizzeria open. We shut down the restaurant. We rebranded it into Fava, which just opened like 2 months ago, and so far it's been really, really well. It's a Mediterranean concept. So, you know, again, just be creative. Just keep working hard. Love what you do, because I say it all the time. I feel like I don't work.
Right.
I really don't. I actually enjoy it. Even the stress and the aggravation, I don't mind it.
It's motivating, keeps you going.
my
guess
wife says
I've
I don't
always
work
done it.
either.
I think
My wife doesn't know what I do.
well,
Mine too.
What you do well is like you're honest with yourself. Right? You don't keep forcing it until it's dead.
I know someone who did that.
Pivot.
I agree. That's actually a big thing because, you know, yeah, you got to pivot. You can't. I think sometimes you have to be honest with yourself and say, hey, it's not working.
Hey, I shouldn't take the pizza oven out of my restaurant.
Carmine knows there was way more problems than the pizza oven, bro. It don't matter. I was being. It's all right. Listen, but you make a mistake, and I have no qualms
if
about
you
it.
ain't try, you're
Right.
gonna never know.
And now I know.
And
I
when,
never
and when
wanna
you
do anything
fall
with a
and you
restaurant
get
ever
up,
again.
when you break a bone, they're stronger, right?
Yeah, listen.
You have to do
No
it.
skin off my back. I'm fine with it.
You don't win the lot if you don't try. We're gonna put just all these up here, whatever those are called.
All these quotes.
Bing, bing, bing.
Carmine, thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure
you.
having you here. It's really interesting to hear your insights into all the businesses. People can find you at Movement Management, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm Dan Ryan with the Staten Island Media Group.
Anthony Rapp with PR Cision.
Mike Bloomfield, Techie Geek.
And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.